Hi guys, welcome back to NB Learning. Today our topic of interest is methods of liquid fuel burning. In this lecture, we want to know that how there are how many ways to use the liquid fuel in the boiler. First of all, we see on the slides that type of liquid fuels. There are five type of liquid fuels. First one is LDO, low diesel oil, and second is high speed diesel. Third is HFO, heavy furnace oil, and FO, furnace oil. And fifth is low sulfur, high stock. These are basically five types of liquid fuels. And LDO and HSD are low viscous liquid fuel, while on the other side HFO, FO, and LSHS are very high viscous oil. So LDO and HSD are used mainly on the boiler, in which means that on the like package boiler, in which the steam generation is very low. HFO and LDO are not used for a very high capacity boiler, while HFO, FO, and LSHSH, both of three are very viscous and they are used on very high capacity boiler. But proper preheating of these oil is necessary, because HFO, FO have are very viscous fuel, and they need a proper preheat treatment. So next we start. There are how many types of steam basically atomization is a process in which we convert the liquid fuel into a very fine particles, and then we burn into in our boiler. So there are basically three types of atomization: steam atomization, air atomization, mechanical atomization. And there is subtype of mechanical atomization, which is rotary burner. In steam atomization, we use the steam of the boiler for atomization. This is a very cheap process, because we don't have to cost so much, because we use the steam of the boiler for atomization. But there are drawbacks of this atomization system. First of all, it makes Korean inside the boiler. And on the other side, if you don't preheat the oil, means that means we have no need to preheat the diesel in this process, because with the steam the oil become heat. But a main drawback is that Korean is the main factor in this process. And one other drawback is that when our boiler is out of service, then we don't have steam for atomization. So in this case, we have to use air for atomization, which will increase our cost. Other is air atomization. In air atomization, we use air for atomization. And in this we don't have to need steam, and but it additionally cost us, because we have to use a separate compressor to compress the air for our atomization. And another drawback is that it will disturb if your air fuel ratio is not so good, and your air is not preheated so much, then your draft will be disturbed. And also, if you have supplied high amount of air, then the air will carry the heat of the furnace. And third one is mechanical atomization. In the mechanical atomization, we use a liquid fuel pump, which produce very high pressure of oil. And when this high pressure oil goes through the nozzle, it will atomize into fine particles. But it also have some drawbacks. If your oil is not properly preheated, then it will choke the nozzle. And sometime it will drip down on the exactly below of the tip of the atomizer, which will cause extra maintenance costs and cleaning of the nozzle. Fourth one is a very prominent and very useful method of rotary burner, which is mostly used nowadays in our modern boiler. In this we rotate the burner at a RPM of 3500 with the help of a motor, electrical motor, and with the use of a diffuser plate on the tip of the burner, which will convert the fine particles of liquid due to centrifugal force. But in this method we will have to face the extra cost for electricity, because we use motor in this method, and which will ultimately cost us for electricity. So this was our lecture about the methods of fuel. See you guys in the next video.